Alright, let's talk about industry. So I've been hearing about this show for a bit, but never decided to give it a shot. Read that it was about finance and I was like, nah, I'm good. Started to hear that it was similar to Succession and immediately scoffed. To anyone who's new to this channel, Succession is a top 5 show to me personally, so that's a high ass bar. And when I read that industry is like Succession, I thought, man, I could just watch Succession instead. The fuck? The two were airing concurrently, and I was just not trying to be bombarded with business and numbers and marketing, all that bullshit. Even though Succession is way more than that, but you guys get what I'm saying. But people were still talking about industry, and I saw that the Metacritic scores were positive, especially the second season. Plus, it's HBO. HBO is king. HBO is basically my dad. So like most shit that's worth watching, I instantly put it to the side and said we'll check it out eventually. Then season 3 came out. Again, wasn't watching, but I saw an 86 on Metacritic. I was like, holy shit. Then I saw that Kit Harington was set to join the cast for the season. And that's when I was like, alright, this show has to have some type of juice. Then one of my closest friends said he wanted to start it, and that kind of solidified it for me, because watching a new show at the same time with someone is always kind of nice. It's nice.
Nice.
So having watched all 3 seasons of Industry, I can finally say that the hype is worth it. Dude, this show is actually really good. Like, really fucking good. Walk with me though. Like most HBO shows, Industry is a slow burn, so you're gonna have to deal with slow pacing in the beginning, but I think it's worth it. Season 1 establishes the world and core characters very well. Season 2 is even better, and we get quality character development and backstories from the main group. Season 3, oh man, Season 3. Season 3 of this show is one of the best seasons of a show I've seen. I don't know, bro. Maybe it's recency bias, but holy fuck, it was immaculate. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but every episode slapped, particularly episode 4 and the finale. Bro, the finale had me stunned, like 4 times. During the episode! Can't say enough about it. Also, circling back to season 2, I know there's some mixed discourse about COVID being a part of TV and film canon. Season 2 integrates it into its storyline perfectly, in my opinion. It's not a massive part of it, but the impact of COVID, especially towards the finance industry, is very much apparent, but it's not just lazily thrown in there. Like, the writers were actually clever with it. I would say it's like the first time where I think the topic of COVID actually benefited a show's storyline. In my opinion, of course. Oh, by the way, I know he's going to be known as Jon Snow for the rest of his career, but Kit Harington is actually a fantastic actor. Like, he has legitimate range, and it's shown in season 3. I don't think he gets enough credit sometimes, but hopefully he starts to. The characters of Industry are written so well, from Harper to Eric to Yasmin to Robert to even Rishi. The depth and development of each one is phenomenal. They all have their moments, they all pull their weight, and they all make their presence known. Just an absolute masterclass in acting from all of them. It's hard to pick an MVP because they each kill it, but I will say Marissa Abella, who plays Yasmin, put up prime LeBron James numbers in season 3. Absolutely amazing, stole the show. The music in the show has a bit of a synthwave element to it, which I personally enjoy. It's like futuristic synthwave, and I just think it fits the tone really well. The show is set in England, and there are some cool shots, but I kind of wish they prioritized the cinematography a bit more. Maybe that's just the me thing, but I feel like England just makes for great scenic shots, and they should have used that to their advantage. Alright, let's just peel off the band-aid, because I know this is a hot topic these days. This show has so much sex. Like, an absurd amount of sex. Just OD sex, bro. Nothing against sex scenes by any means, but holy shit. It was a lot in season 1. Not gonna hold you. They cut a lot of it out in season 3, and funny enough, that was the best season, so I mean, I don't know. I'm letting you guys know this just in case y'all live with your parents, because if this shit is on TV, you're gonna have to play some defense and keep your guard up. I'm telling you because it fucking happened to me, so you're welcome, scumbags. I'm the sacrificial lamb for y'all. You're welcome. Now, the main reason why someone would be turned off by this show would be because of simply not understanding what the actual fuck the characters are talking about when they're in the zone and spewing finance and business terms. I can admit that it is kind of tough to keep up with at times. I kind of have baseline knowledge of some of the concepts and terminology they use, like holding stocks if you think it's going to do well in the long term so you could sell it at a premium when it peaks, and holding and all that shit. Of course, yeah, like that I know. That's the extent of my knowledge, so clearly not a lot. I graduated college with a film production degree. My fault, sue me. So it's easy to get lost in the sauce for sure, cause shit is basically a different language, but I think industry does a good job at kind of holding your hand a bit so you're not lost entirely. If you are someone working in the financial field, this show will probably hit even more. But even if you're not into all of that, like I kind of wasn't, I'd say stick around for the characters and the superbly paced progression of the story. In regards to the similarities between Industry and Succession, there are some for sure, but it's not the business aspect of it. I think Industry is a lot more technical about the industry, and Succession is a bit more straightforward in terms of the overall end goal. But Industry is on that same upward trajectory that Succession was on, where it started off as good and got great as the seasons progressed. I'm guessing it'll end with season 4. It could have honestly ended at 3, all things considered, but they've earned my trust, so I have faith they know what they're doing. But the two mainly prioritize their characters and let them drive the story forward, which is the most important thing to me. So yeah, Industry. It's not for everyone, but I think if you're cool with slow burn shows that have a satisfying payoff, this is definitely the show for you, because each season ends beautifully. It's riveting, it's funny, it's informative, and it's type shocking as well. Shout out HBO for sticking with it too, because this type of topic is probably tough to draw in an audience, but it's worth it because it's top-notch television, and top-notch stuff always ends up being watched. HBO producing great television. 2 + 2 is 4. No surprise there. And yeah, shout out to BBC One as well. I know they're in on it too. Hope you guys enjoyed this vid, and yeah, go watch Industry.